China was once a land of mystery. It was a nation where the search for enlightenment and moral fortitude was accepted and respected by all. For over 5,000 years, China's rich culture has bowed to the prevailing winds. But over the past 5 decades, its existence has been threatened. The turbulence of a state-run genocide envelops not only this ancient land, but also the world. A mystery lingers on, a name only whispered. Falun Dafa. On the 1st of October 2006, the Chinese Communist Party celebrated its 57th year of rule. A period of tyrannical suppression resulting in more innocent lives being taken in mainland China by its own government than the combined Allied losses of World Wars I and II. With the Beijing Olympic Games just around the corner, the world is watching the CCP and its politics closely. Should a nation with a record of abominable human rights have been awarded such an honor? The mistakes of the past are well documented. But are executed in the present. The exuberant celebrations of the CCP seem nothing more than a smokescreen in front of the eyes of the world.
Falun Gong practitioners made up the vast majority of torture victims in China who experienced beatings, electric shocks, painful shackling of limbs, denial of medical treatment, and medication and hard labor.
Twice nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize and awarded hundreds of times both outside and inside of China, Master Li Hongzhi's teachings were once embraced by the Chinese government and are now studied in over 70 countries around the world, including Hong Kong, a special administrative region of China.
Falun Gong has been transcend itself from a Chinese religion to become a spiritual movement.
Yet the Chinese government banned Falun Dafa, also known as Falun Gong, in 1999, and a persecution is being executed on a scale unseen since the Holocaust. Those who have had their lives cut short by the CCP range from 8 months to 87 years of age. Across the globe, millions of practitioners are standing up for their beliefs. They tirelessly try to help people understand the true nature of the Chinese Communist Party and the atrocities that go relatively unreported. Those who attempt to spread the truth within the borders of the mainland are risking their lives. No mercy is shown to them. No courts hear their plight. For in the eyes of the CCP, they have no rights.
For the Chinese people, they can easily understand and believe it is true, because they know from their experience or from the way they have been brought up. They believe because they know the party is so evil they can do everything, even like organ harvesting from the living Falun Gong practitioners.
Western practitioners who have felt compelled to go to China themselves have also suffered at the hands of the CCP.
On s'est mis côte à côte, certains étaient debout, d'autres étaient assis. Et en fait, on s'est dit à trois, nous allons dérouler la banderole. Et sur notre banderole, il y avait marqué Falun Dafa et les 3 principes de la méthode qui sont l'authenticité, la compassion et la patience.
They live peacefully and freely with us. They continue to practice their own Qigong openly without causing any trouble or offending any other people.
70 to 100 million persons in China were practicing it. In only one country is it demonized.
Falun Dafa may be free in Hong Kong, but as it's embraced beyond the boundaries of the mainland, the CCP is spreading its tyranny overseas.
When I came to Sydney in 2001, there was a new law that is in the political issue, that's the Falun Gong issue. So there's a law of persecuting Falun Gong, even here in Sydney.
Overseas practitioners have had their phones tapped, their computers stolen, bullied and beaten. Even attempted assassination is not considered too extreme by the CCP.
After 3 years in prison, after I came back, and I was told by some people, they had access to the secret file, inside the Chinese Communist regime, and they told me the information was from Oakland, California, which means there were spies watching us all the time. So whatever we did, they just report to the communist regime.
People's hearts and minds are changing as they hear the truth of the horrors of organ harvesting from innocent mainland practitioners, who are processed as though they were produce to be picked up in a market.
The Special Rapporteur on Torture, Mr. Manfred Nowak, has made I believe it's 19 questions he's put to the government of China about this issue of organ harvesting.
As a result of the facts being clarified, over 20 million people have now renounced their membership of the CCP. Yet members of the public are still unaware of the true situation in China.
Being ignorant to the whole fact at all actually shocks me to hear that.
But when the Olympics come closer, the organizations that are watching human rights, they will take action, and I think it will be a serious matter.
Expression of their own spiritual development, which is freedom, basically. And I think that's what's very scary to the government, because they don't want people to have that freedom. They want them to remain in this collective mass consciousness, not question it.
Atrocities are reenacted, petitions signed, parades that show the radiance of Falun Dafa dance through the streets, flyers are handed out, banners and posters are displayed, art representing the beauty and the brutality are hung in galleries. Even sporting events are taken part in to help people understand the truth. We think about why we did it and the people that we've done it sort of to raise awareness for. And it's, well, the stories we've heard about that we find quite humbling, because we find this pales in comparison.
So now you can just go home?
Now we are going home. And to bed, a comfortable bed. And we'll fill our bellies with whatever foods we want. And tomorrow life will just continue. We'll be with our friends and we'll be with our families. It's the same old, same old. We're not in jail.
I was forced to work like 10 hours a day, sometimes 12.
Making things, if you can imagine, like chopsticks, shoes, garments, and various promotional items for foreign companies, all for export markets. I ask rhetorically, where is the World Trade Organization?
Summer, the temperature was 42 degrees centigrade. There was no air conditioning. And even if you did not do anything, you sit there, you just wait, So you still was forced to do all those labor works.
More needs to be done to bring out a compassionate response from people around the world to help end such needless brutality.
He's raising awareness for the persecution of the Falun Gong movement in China. He'll be in town tomorrow giving out information and things. He's making a documentary about this, trying to raise awareness. So I'm going to dedicate this song to him.
They tried to brainwash me. They forced me to watch the anti-Falun Gong programs.
A lot of people think human rights are getting better in China, but Amnesty, as I mentioned, its 16 national chapters, or 16 of the many it has, think they're getting worse.
When the patriot did lie.
With thousands murdered, hundreds of thousands languishing under slave labour, a global network of spies, deception and political pressure must be overcome to prevent the further suffering of humanity. Your government knows the truth. The United Nations knows the truth. Every human rights organization knows the truth. Even the media know the truth. And now, so do you.